Is Crossy Road Castle a kid's game? Obviously, just by looking at it, it's clearly colored like a toy store. And look, that's SpongeBob. Isn't that a cartoon for children? Right? Well, there's a funny thing about that. This show is from the late 1990s. That means a lot of the original viewers of the show probably have their own kids by now. So I think this game, and the cartoon, spans generations. However, those parents are now faced with a dilemma. What if you have an Android phone, but your beloved offspring wants to collect all of the SpongeBob characters? So first, you have to get a compatible Apple device, as this event is an Apple Arcade exclusive. I've been reading the comments on Photics TV and on Hipster World's YouTube channel. Exclusivity is tough on the community. Anyway, the next step might be even more difficult. It requires perfection. To unlock Squidward, which is an acquaintance of SpongeBob? I'm not sure if they're exactly friends. I haven't watched a full episode. I've mainly just seen the memes online. Anyway, to unlock Squidward, 250 burgers need to be collected in the Krabby Patty Kollectathon event. After completing the event, it seemed a little easy, but I make strategy guides for this game. I'm not your average player. That's when I realized something. This is a single-player event. You can't just coast off the strength of others like in multiplayer mode. That's the other parental dilemma. What if your kid is having trouble, so they ask you for help? You start to play the game, but then you realize, hey, this is harder than it looks. So if you simply must unlock Squidward, but you're having trouble, here's some advice. First, you don't have to rush. I thought there was a 20-minute time limit on Crossy Road Castle speedruns, but when I tested that here, it just kept going. Before unlocking Squidward, I'm just casually collecting burgers. Only after that was done did I try going for a speedrun. The real problem with time is the event duration. It's a limited time event. If you mess up a run, that puts you closer to the deadline. Tip number 2 is related. Watch the counter. If you don't have all of the burgers from a specific room, then don't leave. It sounds simple, but beginners tend to rush to the exit. That's going to be a problem if you miss a burger. At least Hipster Whale included 2 separate burger counters. This challenge would have been way more difficult without them. Sometimes it was difficult to spot a burger in this burst of saturation. If all of the colors are bright, then there's not enough contrast to see. Tip number 3 is a problem with tip number 2. Sometimes you can't go back. Even though you haven't left the room, you might have trouble jumping back to an earlier platform. Basically, watch out for traps. If you're moving slowly and carefully, you can stay alive. However, if you skip certain burgers, they might become unreachable. That will ruin the run. In other words, it's not just about the hearts. Even if you don't die, you can still fail to meet the objective. As for tip number 4, I don't really have one. But in summary, go slow, but not too slow, don't die, and watch out for traps. If done correctly, both SpongeBob and Squidward can be unlocked in less than 15 minutes.